Just do it. Hello, world. My name is Ashley Collins. Welcome to my YouTube channel, The Breakup Diaries. I don't want you to subscribe to me. Here is why. So this is something that's been like boiling inside me for the past couple of years, but I've never really said it out loud online. I said it to people like in person. They're like, what are you talking about? So I'm just going to go ahead and just like fucking rip the bandage off the baby. I think that I know that you're supposed to say, don't forget to like, comment, smash that subscribe button, whatever Jake Paul says, but it feels very like, first of all, you're assuming that the person who's viewing doesn't know to already do that. So you're assuming that they're dumb, you know? Also, secondly, just because they like and subscribe doesn't mean that they actually genuinely like it. I was listening to this interview with Lex Friedman, and he said, what's the purpose of the like button? And of course, like the like button is just like an affirmation that you're doing a good job. And also the like button helps like your video, your content get viewed more often. But also, like, are you just hitting like because you're like, oh, I just because? And I've noticed that with myself lately this past week. I'm just hitting hearts, I'm hitting likes just because. And I'm like, why am I doing that? Did I actually enjoy the content, or am I doing that just to be nice? You know? So yeah, I think that it's very disrespectful to assume that the person should be doing something, because I know at the end of the day, we all want to get monetization, we all want to make money, but it feels borderline manipulative. Don't you think so? It feels kind of, in a way, kind of like... Another thing that's really been bothering me is when people are like, oh, I finally hit 1,000 subscribers, I hit 100,000 subscribers, why am I talking so softly? Be brave, Ashley. Okay. People will brag about how they hit a certain number of subscribers, a certain number of followers, and it kind of feels like, but they're not a follower though, because this is not a cult. Unless you are making a cult, you know, good for you. But, but like, it's not, this follower is an individual. This follower is a free thinker, you know? And by you saying that like, oh, I have so many followers, you're not looking at the individual. Do you actually know the person's name that's following you? Do you know every 17,000th person who is following you? You probably don't. So it's like, it seems kind of phony, it seems kind of manipulative, and it seems very dishonest. And sometimes, oh my God, my mom wants to vacuum right now. I'll talk louder though. That's fine. Sometimes this whole Game of Thrones, game of social media, it's not very fun. It's not very enjoyable. It's not very pleasant, because this is supposed to be fun, right? Like, we get to connect with people all over the world, but then now we've it gets to a point where it's like, who can I trust? Who can I actually rely on? Who actually genuinely wants to, who actually genuinely cares about me? You know, who actually genuinely wants to subscribe to my content, and because I'm giving them some valuable information. Also, another thing is, you're assuming that the person who's subscribing to you is watching your content every day. They're not. I don't watch Gary Vee every day. You know, I don't watch every one of Joe Rogan's interviews. I don't, oh my God, so loud. I'll just talk a little louder, okay? Okay. In a way, it kind of feels like we're like, Mom! It's fine. Can you hear the vacuuming in the background? I'm already starting to sweat. Whoo! 2020 is a blessing, ain't it, y'all? But, it feels kind of like, in a way, this whole like fighting for subscribers, it's kind of like we're voting for prom king and queen all over again. And it's very childish and kind of immature, you know? Like what's the incentive to be an adult online? There really is none, you know? Okay. So here's something that I've said before, right? When you drop a piece of valuable content, when you drop a piece of valuable advice, we're going to talk about advice in a little bit. When you do give those little nuggets of wisdom, you're creating ripples, right? So we think those ripples go outwards, but they're also creating streams that are creating ponds, they're creating lakes, they're creating oceans of knowledge and wisdom that people can like relieve their thirsts through, you know? So when you're doing this, when you're doing that, just focus on that. Focus on the ripples that will create mini streams, big oceans, and stuff like that, you know? Gosh, finally she stopped. Oh my Lord. Okay. This is a quote that I think I got from Jim Rohn. Forgive me if I said the wrong name, but he said that you can sell motivation to an idiot, right? But if they don't take the right steps in order to improve their lives, all you've got is a motivated idiot. And I think that we have to be very careful with the advice that we are giving, because I think that I'm a compilation of bad advice all in one this past year. Proof being so. And if I had just trusted my gut, if I had just not had second guessed myself, if I had stopped assuming that everyone else knows what's best for me rather than myself, then this fucking wouldn't have happened. But I also know that maybe that there was another path that past Ashley took, and then this present tense Ashley is taking this path right here, and everything at the end of the day is going to be okay. God, I sincerely apologize, y'all. Trying to talk about professionalism. Okay, cool. I know that we need to gain followers in order to get our message out there, right? But I'm having a hard time understanding the difference between being manipulative to get followers and being honest, because I think that I just sit back and I watch and I just look at people's comments and I'm like, you didn't read their message at all. You just replied, you just put hearts, like, did you read what they actually had to say? Do you actually even know that person's name? Like, no, you're just treating them like a sheep. And it just feels so wrong to me. It doesn't feel right. It doesn't feel healthy, already starting to sweat. So glad I didn't put any mascara on. We had this, in college, I took this directing class, and we were given a topic, and our professor was like, now create something. And I loved it. It was so fun seeing how we all interpreted different subjects, seeing how creative everyone was being. And I think that this opportunity to create content, whether you're running a business or a personal brand, it's exciting because you don't have to follow the trends. Why don't you just wake up and say, I just want to be creative today? Because I know that it's very tempting to follow the trends, because like that's how you're going to get more attention, right? That's how you're going to get more boosts. That's you're going to get more followers, right? But do you have to follow the herd, or can you just create something unique for yourself? You have this cool opportunity to wake up every morning and just say like, I just want to do something cool and something fun. It's like a college class that you don't have to pay for. Look at that. We don't have to pay for social media. We can be creative on social media for free. Another thing that one of my professors in college asked was, what do you not need in order to put on a production? And we all collectively agreed you need lighting, sun, lights, electricity. You don't necessarily need a script. Cool. And then the professor asked, do you need an audience? And we were like, yeah, of course you need an audience. What's the point of putting on the show? Think about that, though. Do you really need an audience in order for you to create, in order for you to be creative? Because I think that in a kind of unhealthy way, the audience's applause, we're like, oh, I'm doing a good job, I should keep going. But if you get no applause at all, then are you going to still keep going? And it also makes me very because I have friends who want to create content, but they're so shy and they're so nervous. And I'm like, don't compare to what Long Beach Griffey is doing. Don't compare to what this comedian is doing or this musician. Just do you. Just do your own unique thing, and don't be shy. Don't be afraid of like, oh, this only got 6 likes or this only got 500 views. Who gives a fuck? Don't look. I know that we're supposed to look at the analytics, but like I said, if the audience was not there, are you still going to create? And if the answer is no, then don't even try. Don't even start. I would be more than happy to put on a one-woman show in the park right now with no one there, because it feeds my soul. It's what makes me happy. Last piece of advice, and I'm gonna go. I apologize for the loudness in the background and the heat and the sweat. Also, why am I apologizing? Stop apologizing, first of all. Firstly and lastly, stop apologizing. I take jujitsu classes, and I took class last night, and something our professor said was, fail now. You're going to fail anyway. So why not fail now in a controlled environment? So that way, when you do get to where you want to be, whatever that is, in your mindset, fail now. Learn the hard lessons now. So that way, when the hard thing happens in the future, you're like, oh, cool. I've been through this. I know how to handle this, you know? And also remember that every thought that you think is not true, because it's just your imagination. It's something that you've made up. And how beautiful your imagination is that you can make that up. So if you can imagine anything that you want in the world, why not imagine the best thing that's going to happen? Okay? Cool. Thank you so much for listening. Like I said, once again, don't subscribe if you don't want to. Don't like if you don't want to. Be a free thinker. You know, like it's a free country. I live in America, so it's a free country. You know, do whatever you want. You know, don't follow the herd. If you don't want to do something, you don't have to. And don't think to yourself, oh, I'm being mean. I'm not being very nice. Stop being fucking nice. Tell the truth. And I think that if we were more truthful with one another, then we would stop taking things so personally. Stop being nice. Just tell the truth. Always try to be nice, but never fail to be kind and honest. And that's it. Bye. See ya later. Happy holidays. I'm not allowed to say Merry Christmas anymore. Bye.